Well, first off, the federal government says the United States has committed to delivering outstanding military equipment purchased by Abuja over the past 5 years. The promised material includes drones, helicopters, tactical platforms, spare parts, and support systems. Information Minister Ibrahim Idris gave the updates following a high-level meeting in Abuja between U.S. officials and the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu. The arms pledge marks a significant step in mending relations strained by the U.S. designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern for religious freedom violations. The meeting was reportedly the third of such high-level discussions since November, aimed at moving past this diplomatic hurdle. The shift towards cooperation was signaled earlier when, on December 25, U.S. forces conducted airstrikes on Nigerian soil for the first time, targeting Islamic State's affiliate in Sokoto State. While moving to Kano State, Governor Abba Yusuf is set to rejoin the All Progressive Congress on Monday, January 26, 2026, following his resignation from the new Nigeria People's Party. The development was confirmed in a statement issued on Sunday by the governor's spokesperson, Bature Tofa. According to the statement, Governor Yusuf's decision marks a return to the APC, a party he first joined in 2014. He had emerged winner of the party's primary election for the Kano Central senatorial seat that year, but later considered the ticket to Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso. Explaining the move, the statement said the governor was guided by the prevailing realities of governance, national cohesion and development, which made his return to the APC both necessary and strategic. Well, moving on, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, has taken over the prosecution of the criminal case brought against Mike Ezeokome by the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission. The development, however, stalled Ezeokome's planned arraignment on Monday before a high court of the Federal Capital Territory on the 3-count charge filed against him by the ICPC, and in which he is accused of, among others, forgery. When the case was called, the Director of Public Prosecution of the Federation, Rotimi Oyedikpo, said he was representing the AGF and informed the court of the AGF's decision to take over the case from the ICPC. Now, Oyedikpo said the AGF was acting under his powers as provided in Section 174 of the Constitution. Well, 1 week after the mass abduction of worshippers in Kurumin Wali community of Krujuru local government area, Kaduna State, the Christian Association of Nigeria has held a special prayer session seeking divine intervention for the safe release of 163 worshippers still in captivity. The prayer session, which took place in Wataliu Baptist Church in Maraban, Krujuru, attracted Christian leaders from across Kaduna State and the wider northern region as families of the abducted worshippers continue to wait anxiously for their loved ones and served as a call for an end to the worsening security challenges confronting the nation. While speaking at the prayer gathering, the chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria in the 19 northern states and the Federal Capital Territory, Reverend Joseph Yahab, said the church must respond to the growing threat against worship centers by combining prayer with vigilance and responsibility. While drug abuse has been identified as a major factor fueling banditry, terrorism, kidnapping, and other social vices across the country. This was disclosed by the National Coordinator of the Coalition of Northern Groups, Jamilu Aliyu Karanchi, during a public lecture organized by Students' Wing of the Coalition Adamawa State Chapter at the Adamawa State Polytechnic, Yola. While speaking at the event themed Building Responsible Student Leadership, Combating Drug Abuse, Thuggery, Hate Speech, and Campus Unity through Positive Values and Mentorship, Karanchi attributed Nigeria's rising insecurity to drug abuse and lack of responsible leadership. Karanchi also urged young people to emulate the sacrifices of Nigeria's founding fathers, noting that national development cannot be achieved without unity. Well, the Prostate Clinic Lagos has performed what it described as West Africa's first robotic gynecological surgery. The procedure carried out on Sunday marked the clinic's expansion of robotic surgery from male-focused treatments to women's health interventions. Consultant robotic surgeon and TPC medical director Kingsley Ekwueme said the move reflected a commitment to innovation in Nigeria and the sub-region. Ekwueme explained that the patient, a young woman with an ovarian tumor, underwent successful robotic surgery with rapid recovery. He said robotic procedures reduce pain, blood loss, and prolonged hospital stays associated with open surgeries, enabling patients to resume normal activities within 24 hours. Ekwueme described the procedure as transformative for treating fibroids, endometriosis, ovarian tumors, and selected ectopic pregnancies. Well, we move to the southeast. Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo has ordered the closure of the Onitsha main market for 1 week following traders' failure to comply with the state government's directive to disregard the Monday sit-at-home order. The decision announced on Monday affects the popular commercial hub, widely regarded as one of the largest markets in West Africa. The state government had earlier directed traders and businesses to continue normal activities on Mondays as part of efforts to restore economic stability and end the disruption caused by recurring sit-at-home observances. While some traders welcomed the government's firm stance, describing it as a long overdue, others expressed fear and uncertainty, citing security concerns and past incidents of violence linked to defiance of sit-at-home orders. The Anambra State government, however, reassured residents that adequate security measures have been put in place to protect lives and properties, urging traders to cooperate in the interest of collective economic survival. In business, members of the opposition caucus in the House of Representatives have raised serious concerns over the alleged non-implementation of the 2025 Appropriation Act, with indications that they may call for the removal of key finance officials over what they described as failed assurances to the legislature. On a statement jointly signed by the caucus leaders, Honorable Fred Agbedi and Honorable Afam Ogene, the opposition lawmakers announced that a strategic meeting has been scheduled for Tuesday night, 8 p.m. to deliberate on pressing national legislative issues. The major item on the agenda, the caucus said, is the reported failure to implement the 2025 budget for an entire fiscal year, despite the House approving all loans requests submitted by the executive. Members are expected to scrutinize claims that funds appropriated for capital projects were not released as promised. Also, Lagos State Internal Revenue Service says it will enforce its statutory powers to recover unpaid taxes from defaulting taxpayers through third parties, including banks, employers, debtors, tenants, and business partners. This is contained in a public notice dated January 21, 2026 on the LIRS website on Sunday. According to the notice signed by the executive chairman of LIRS, Oyedele Sobor, the State Revenue Service is empowered by the Nigeria Tax Administration Act 2025 to direct any person holding money on behalf of or owing money to a taxpayer who has failed to settle a final tax liability to remit such funds. The agency said the power of substitution applies to unpaid personal income tax, capital gains tax, stamp duties, and withholding tax administered by LIRS. Now in Akwa Ibom State, the governor Umar Eno has flagged off the Ibom Compressed Natural Gas City Bus Terminal in Uyo, declaring the project as a decisive step towards safer cities, affordable transportation, and sustainable development across the state. Situated at Obio Airport and Ikotakbe, the governor said the project site, once abandoned, had posed serious security concerns, adding that the site had been cleared and is ready to receive a world-class bus terminal in the place. Governor Eno announced that the initiative would collect all 31 local government areas with reliable mass transit. He disclosed that the state had procured 50 luxury CNG buses, announcing that it would operate cashless ticketing through a bus card system. The National Sports Commission has confirmed Nigerian athletes will attend a 4-week residential training camp in Scotland ahead of 2026 Commonwealth Games. NSC Director General Bukola Olopade confirmed this in a statement on Sunday by Dr. Kainde Ajayi, NSC Director of Information. Olopade said a training base in Aberdeen would enhance coordination and reduce travel-related challenges for Team Nigeria. Locating the camp in the host country reflects lessons from past competitions, Olopade explained, noting early arrival helps athletes acclimatize and train under similar conditions. The 2026 Commonwealth Games will be held in Glasgow, Scotland from July 23 to August 2, featuring 10 sports. The Confederation of African Football, CAF, has released the full list of awards, team performances and official statistics from the Total Energies Africa Cup of Nations 2025. From the opening match to the final whistle of the competition, AFCON 2025 delivered a demanding and fiercely contested spectacle, reflecting the growing strength and competitiveness of African football. Senegal emerged champions after a composed and authoritative campaign confirming their status among the continent's elite. Morocco finished as runners-up following another solid and consistent tournament, while Nigeria claimed third place, leaving a strong impression through attacking flair and statistical dominance. CAF also announced the winners of the tournament's individual awards, recognizing outstanding performances across the competition. I am Tehila Debiopole. Many thanks for watching.